Have you ever felt like the world was against you? Like you were born into a situation with no way out? I know that feeling all too well. For the first 18 years of my life, poverty wasn't just a word. It was the air I breathed, the walls that surrounded me, and the constant, gnawing hunger in my stomach. I grew up in a small, forgotten town where opportunities were as scarce as a full pantry. Our home was cramped, the floorboards creaked with the weight of our worries, and the roof leaked every time it rained, as if the sky itself was weeping for our struggles. My parents worked tirelessly, taking on any job they could find, but their efforts were like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. The bills always seemed to be one step ahead. I remember watching them, their faces etched with exhaustion, their hands rough and calloused. They rarely complained, but I could see the quiet desperation in their eyes. They wanted more for me, a life different from their own, but they didn't know how to give it. The weight of their unfulfilled dreams became a heavy burden on my young shoulders. School was my only escape. While other kids talked about their new toys or family vacations, I buried myself in books. The library was my sanctuary, a place where I could travel to distant lands, meet fascinating characters, and imagine a world beyond the confines of my reality. Each page I turned was a step away from the life I knew. Knowledge became my secret weapon, my shield against the whispers and pitying glances from classmates who had so much more. But even there, poverty was a shadow I couldn't shake. I wore hand-me-down clothes that were always a little too big or a little too small. I often skipped lunch because we couldn't afford it, pretending I wasn't hungry as my stomach growled in protest. The turning point came on a cold winter evening. I was doing my homework by the dim light of a single lamp when the power went out. Another unpaid bill. My dad lit a candle, its flickering flame casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. In that wavering light, I saw the deep lines of worry on my mother's face and the look of utter defeat in my father's eyes. It was a raw, heartbreaking moment. And in that darkness, a fire ignited within me. I wasn't just sad or angry anymore. I was determined. I refused to let this be my story's ending. I decided that I would not be defined by my circumstances, but by my response to them. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would study harder, work longer, and climb higher than anyone thought possible. I started taking on odd jobs after school, mowing lawns, washing cars, anything to earn a few extra dollars. Every cent was saved, a tiny brick in the foundation of my future. The work was grueling. There were days my body ached, and my mind screamed for me to give up. I sacrificed friendships and fun, pouring every ounce of my energy into my goals. People called me obsessed, antisocial. They didn't understand the hunger that drove me not just for food, but for a different life. The day I received my college acceptance letter, with a full scholarship, was the first time I saw my father cry tears of joy. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated triumph. It felt like the first ray of sunshine after a long, brutal storm. Leaving my small town was both exhilarating and terrifying. For the first time, I was on my own, stepping into a world that was vastly different from everything I had known. College was a culture shock. I was surrounded by students who came from wealth and privilege, who had never worried about where their next meal would come from. Their casual talk about summer trips to Europe or expensive hobbies made me feel like an outsider all over again. But this time, something was different. The shame I once felt about my background began to transform. I realized that my struggle was not a weakness, it was my greatest strength. While others had been given a head start, I had learned to run. While they had safety nets, I had learned to fly. My past had instilled in me a level of grit, resilience, and an unwavering work ethic that many of my peers lacked. I wasn't afraid of failure because I had already lived at the bottom. The only way to go was up. I saw every challenge as an opportunity. A difficult class wasn't a roadblock. It was a mountain to conquer. A tight budget wasn't a limitation. It was a lesson in resourcefulness. I learned to navigate this new world, not by hiding my past, but by owning it. I started sharing my story, tentatively at first, and then with more confidence. I was amazed to find that instead of judgment, I found respect and connection. My story resonated with people, not because it was unique, but because everyone, in their own way, is fighting a battle. After graduating, I entered the professional world with that same relentless drive. I worked my way up, fueled by the memory of that cold, dark night and the promise I made to myself. Success didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, steady climb, built on years of sacrifice and hard work. There were setbacks and disappointments, moments of doubt where the old fears crept back in. But I always remembered the little boy reading by candlelight, dreaming of a brighter future. I owed it to him to keep going. Today, my life is worlds away from where it began. I have a home where the lights always stay on and a pantry that is always full. But I've never forgotten the lessons poverty taught me. It taught me the value of $1, but more importantly, the value of a dream. It taught me empathy for those who are struggling and a deep, profound gratitude for every single blessing. It showed me that true wealth isn't about what you have, but about who you become in the process of getting it. My journey wasn't just about escaping poverty. It was about discovering my purpose. I realized my purpose is to use my story to light a path for others who feel trapped in the dark, to show them that their circumstances do not have to be their conclusion. The struggles you face today are forging the strength you will need for tomorrow. The pain, the hardship, the moments you want to give up, they are all part of your story. They are the fire that refines you. So if you are in a dark place right now, if you feel like the odds are stacked against you, I want you to listen closely. Do not let your situation define you. Let it fuel you. Use the hunger, the frustration, the anger, and channel it into an unstoppable force for change. Your past does not dictate your future. The power to write the next chapter of your life is in your hands, and your hands alone. Turn your pain into power, your struggle into strength, and your poverty into a purpose. Your journey is just beginning. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Let's continue to inspire each other to rise above.